Okay, let's talk now about LASIK surgery. This is a very important topic, and some of you haven't had LASIK surgery yet, but you know you need it. And you're saying, I hate these glasses, hate these contacts, but you're afraid, you're nervous, you're scared, okay? Because it's not normal to open your eye and think of a laser being put on it, but when you really get down to it, it really isn't that scary. We have Dr. John Dischler, our expert, with us today. He's on weekly to talk about LASIK. He's opened up the world to so many people. In fact, Chris Meyer is a chicken.
Oh.
No, Chris, you were watching our show, right?
I was.
Now you've considered this in the past, but really you were just afraid.
Yeah.
And I don't blame you. I was in the same boat. So what got you to go in?
You know, I was just tired of listening to that little voice inside of me that said, you know, I can't do this. You know, I'll never be able to, you know, get LASIK done or have anybody touch my eyes or get in my eyes or anything like that. But, you know, it was finally just time to just overcome that hurdle, and now it feels great, you know.
So when you went in, was it anything you thought? I mean, was the anticipation worse than the actual visit? First of all, talk about the visit before the surgery. Did they put you at ease?
You know, they really did. They really took my fear, and just, you know, I explained to him, hey, I have high anxiety problems when it comes to thinking about something as dramatic as this. You know, you see videos online with your eye open and all that. They're kind of scary, you know. And, you know, when you come in, they really, you know, helped ease my fear and calm me down, and they explained everything along the way, every little detail, you know, touching my face. Hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go in with this. And, you know, and it really, really was awesome.
And you don't really feel anything touching your eye, do you?
No, you don't.
It's not like, you know, somebody's, you know, doing something to your eye.
No.
First of all, the eye is numbed, isn't it?
It's numbed, but you know, it's not natural. I mean, we have reflexes. You know, nobody wants somebody messing with their eyes.
Right. When
Mess with somebody else's eyes, not with mine.
Right. I mean, you just naturally.
Or it's okay if you do this, doctor, just as long as I can keep my eyes closed the whole time. You know, I've heard that. But we realize that. That's the important thing. We realize that. We think it's important. We take each page. Some people are very calm, very trusting. Other people are more anxious and nervous. And we have to help them overcome this if they really want to have this done.
And you do have tranquilizers if they need them.
We have tranquilizers.
Really? Did you need one?
I did.
Okay.
No.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I think I had a Valium when I had mine done.
I did. I had a couple of Valium pills, and you know, I was relaxed, and you know.
And we give people, we titrate it is the word. We give them a little bit, and if they need more, we give them a little bit more to get them, and we get them in a nice, relaxed state, until they feel confident that they're ready to go. And we say, "Are you ready?" And they say, "I'm ready."
And then you don't have to. What people think is you have to hold your eye completely still, or it's going to burn you, or it's going to do something wrong. Right? That's the biggest advance in surgery. Explain that.
Well, we have eye trackers where even if the person, we don't have to tie the person's head down, even if they move a little bit or move their eye around. And it's education, just people knowing that. Immediately you see them relax. Look, you don't have to worry.
Right. Just look at the light, and if your eye twitches or moves,
it doesn't
it's
matter.
not like. Was that another fear?
That was another fear too. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, just to research your website, and it said, hey, if your eye moves out of the parameter, you know, it's going to freeze. You know, that was a real big relief, because it's like, well, what if I screw up? You know, and
what do I have to do? And you don't have to do anything.
Exactly. You just lay there and let the laser do all the work.
Now let me explain. It does track your eye. Okay, it does track your eye. But if your eye goes way over like that, it will stop and then pick up
momentarily, and then pick back up when you look in the right direction. Doesn't hurt anything. And you know, lasers. People think lasers are scary, and they think of James Bond, you know, and all this stuff. But it's light. Lasers are just light, and it doesn't. The laser itself doesn't hurt. The tranquilizers are just to make people feel comfortable. So the entire procedure, especially with the new way that we do it, most people say they don't feel anything at all. And right afterwards they can see. That's the other big concern. Am I going to be so blurry that I'm going to be stumbling around? So
here's where you're making the flap, right?
Yeah, and this is the VisuMax.
Then you're done here, and
then
you go
you're
to
done
this
there,
one.
and the bed just spins around under the other laser, and then the second laser does the other part of the treatment. And so the patient's very relaxed. Almost everybody says, boy, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be, wasn't it?
It was.
And then actual time under the laser, where you're actually looking at the light, is what, 10 to 20 seconds tops?
Right. And I do all the procedures, and we talk, you know, we give people a squeeze ball to hold on to. We have somebody to hold their hand. We talk them through. We give them a countdown. And even though look, anything medical is scary, but we understand that, and through education, we make it a lot less scary for people.
Of course. Now, what kind of eyesight did you have?
I had my prescription in one eye was like -5 1/4, and the other was like.
What does that mean?
He couldn't see the big E on the eye chart. That's what.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I was pretty. Yeah.
So you woke up in the morning, you look around your room, you saw nothing.
Couldn't see the alarm clocks. Couldn't see anything. It was horrible.
When did you
Horrible.
notice the difference after surgery?
Right away. Right away.
Right in the waiting room, right?
Right in the,
or recovery.
Right, and I sat up out of the bed, actually. Dr. Dishler was like, hey, can you see the clock right behind me? I'm like, actually, yeah, I can. Oh.
Why do you tell people it's going to take a little while when everyone says they look at the clock right away? Everyone looks at that famous clock.
Well, because some people, as amazing as it seems, they'll say, well, I can see the clock, but it's still just a little bit blurry.
Well, yeah, and they just got out.
And they just got out. I said, well, it's been 10 seconds. Give it a little while.
It's been 10
so we tell people, look, you're going to be able to see well right away, but it's going to take a day or two until it, really snaps into being super clear.
Let's talk about some determining factors when considering Dr. John Dishler. First of all, and by the way, I personally have sent my pilot friends, my friends, our family, and so has Paula, Dr. Dishler's experience from the very beginning and more than 50,000 procedures. Then the education of the staff. You have eye doctors on the staff that help.
Right. Everybody that works and sees patients and determines the data that we're going to use and does the actual exams are doctors. So.
And you're a surgeon. You're an MD and a surgeon. I want people to know that.
Right.
Personal treatment. Now, I guess Chris can talk about that. You didn't feel like a number, did you?
No, I didn't. I actually felt like a person.
Yeah.
Like they actually sat you down and made you feel at home. Like that's really huge with customer service. They made me feel like a human being.
It's not like at the deli where you grabbed a number, right?
Exactly.
And then what about the Price is Right? I sound like Bob Barker right now, but really, you shop price. But I have to tell you, if you consider the technology, if you consider the level of treatment, it's the guaranteed lowest price. He likes to take price out of the equation because you cannot get the same quality, the same lasers. If you research, you will find that. But you have to research. And that's something people really don't know how to do a lot of times.
Well, it's the thing they know to ask first, what's the cost?
But they don't know why cost.
They don't know why or what involved. So we just, like you say, we try to say, look, for what you really want, the all laser, the current, 2010 type procedure, you just can't get it for any lower price than what we charge. And if you can, we'll match that. That sort of puts people's mind at ease because they have anxiety about that. People want to pay a fair price, but they don't want to pay more than they should. They think, oh, if I'm going to this private practice place, maybe it's overpriced.
I want I want you guys to read over that because now you can call anytime for a complimentary consultation and exam. And it's a thorough exam, by the way. This is not just, hi, how are you? And then they obligate you. No, this is a true exam of your eyes completely, no obligation. But if you decide to do it, this $395 off the already lowest price gets you that exam, of course, the consultation, the aftercare for a year. No extra charge for custom bladeless technology, 0 down 24-month financing with some details you have to call about, of course, because as with any financing contract. Now, 303-793-3000 is the number. I've been giving out that number for a very long time, 303-793-3000. Dishler.com for Dr. John Dishler. Dishler.com. Now, technically, the name of your place, I always call it, Dishler Laser Institute.
Yes.
Or laser. You go by a few names, or Dishler Laser, Dishler LASIK.
Yeah.
What's your official name?
Dishler Laser Institute.
Laser Institute. And if you remember Dishler, that's the important part. Dishler.com. Thanks for being here, by the way.
Thank you, Sean, for having me.